Welcome back to Velvet Road's homestead. Today I am working on transplanting some lavender that I have from my front yard to my back area in the alleyway. Here I start off in my alleyway along the fence line, taking out some of those stupid creeping Charlie weeds and digging a hole where I'd like to replant my lavender. Here I have my Spanish lavender. It's coming back nicely. And then I have Creeping Charlie. And Creeping Charlie. Creeping Charlie. Creeping Charlie. These stupid things right here. Alright, this is the lavender bush that I will be putting in the back. Here I am trying to get the lavender out of the raised bed that it's been in for the past 2.5 years. Trying to go carefully and slowly so that I don't chop the roots off. Here's another lavender that I am pulling out. This one doesn't do as well in this bed, so I'm hoping that it will thrive in my back alleyway. So I just put it in the Gorilla cart and then cover up the hole. Here I am putting the lavender in the hole and then trying to backfill with some of the dirt that I already had so that I didn't have to open a new bag of dirt. Just trying to keep all of the weed roots out of there. And on the second lavender, here I am using trifecta just to help the roots get established a little bit quicker and to give it a little extra boost. Today I am doing a few things around the front yard here. So I thought I would just show you what I was doing. Also, if you guys have any ideas for flowering perennial shrubs that are dual purpose, meaning like you can use the plant for more than just joy, let me know in the comments below. I am in search of one. So I ended up pulling these out. This was actually really not hard to pull out. I see some new growth on this, but most of it is dead. So I think I might just take this new growth part and try to root it and grow another plant from it. This was the only new growth on that plant. And then this was my rosemary bush. I've had it for several years, and last year I think what happened is I cut it back way too harshly, too early in the season, like before it was like fall time, and I think I cut it way back too far, and it ended up dying. So I need to replace that and that. So far I have an empty spot here and an empty spot here, and I will need to trim back this guy because it has died back quite a bit in some areas. This is my creeping rosemary that I bought to cover an old roadie stump, and it works perfectly, but that part right there has been dying back. I noticed it last summer, so I think I'm going to trim that back today, and then I think I'm probably gonna pull out that hollyhock there. It doesn't ever do very well, and I'm gonna try and dig it out gently and put it in the back along our fence line. So I am looking for a flowering perennial shrub here. It'd be great if I could use it for tea or medicinal purposes. I've got this pretty sage plant here, and so I'd like to keep it sort of a perennial vibe going on. I've got my blueberries back here, which I think that I want to plant them in the ground this year. Not sure if I want to do it here or in the back, but my comfrey plant is so pretty right now with all the flowers blooming. Well, I learned something new today. When I was trying to dig up my hollyhock, I realized hollyhock has a taproot, and so that means that it's pretty difficult to transplant. I'm pretty sure that I just killed that hollyhock, which is okay, I guess. I could just plant another hollyhock in the back. I just didn't want it there anymore. I actually might pull up these two guys on the other side too, on the corner here. Let me show you. I have two hollyhocks right here, and although this one does bloom every year, you can see them starting to grow right there. Although it does bloom every year, it tends to fall over just because this Rose of Sharon tree is in the way. And then that one back there always gets eaten by snails. So I'm thinking that it might be time to just find different plants to go there, because they never really look that great. I mean, look at those bottom leaves right there. Like, they're always eaten like that, and I feel so bad for it, but just everywhere, the stupid snails. I did end up pulling out this hollyhock in the corner that was here, but when I was doing that, I realized that we had a pipe. I forgot that we have a pipe drain coming from our gutter, so that doesn't just drain by our house, and it takes it clear away into the yard. Well, when I was jumping in to cut around the hollyhock, it's very shallow here, and I think I ended up cutting into it barely, but hopefully I didn't ruin it. So I just kind of covered it back up. The hollyhock was not very deep in there, so that's good. And I decided that I would just leave this here. Oh, snail. These guys are what are eating my plants. So I'm gonna just leave this one here for now, and then possibly pull it out after it blooms. I think that's what I've decided. And then I think I've decided that I'm probably gonna wait to plant anything here until the fall. Maybe I will plant my blueberry bushes here since they do flower. The only thing that I really wanted was something that would stay green all year long. I don't want a deciduous sort of bush, which the blueberries are. And so that's kind of my hesitation in planting them here, because I want it to look pretty all year round, not just during the summertime. So we'll see what I decide, but that's what I kind of have gotten done in the last 2 days. You guys see that? Catching her in the act. She's laying all of her eggs all over my plants. It's really cool because I actually saw her lay it. Hey, you menace. That is so cool. Okay, so let me just show you what I've got done in the last couple days, and then I will call it good. I've got a big barrel full of scraps here that I pulled up from edging, and I clearly need to get an edger, but it's fun, right? So I edged along here and here, so that way it's not hanging over into the street, you know, all over. I did that also on the sidewalk. And then what I decided to do, my stuff is looking so good. I have seen the cabbage butterfly though, trying to lay her eggs all over. Whoop, there's one right there. See that? Whoop. I basically just smush them. I'll usually take like a little stick or leaf or something and smush them, knock them off. Ooh, that one has a lot on it. She's been busy this morning. But I try to come out here every day so that way I can catch her in the act. Oh, there she goes. Anyways. Oh, I see you. I see you. I got some lemon thyme to plant here since I pulled it out from over here in my perennial bed. So I ended up deciding to, I got some dahlias, and I decided that I would plant them here because they say that they're annual. We'll give it a try, and if it's just for this summer, they are pretty. I let the boys pick out a color. They were having a sale at Wilco, so Wilder picked out that color, which is really pretty. My echinacea is coming up really well. And then I planted one more over here that Earl picked out, and it's yellow, which I'm not a huge fan of yellow, but he really loved it, so I was like, go for it. It's still really pretty and bright, you know. Ooh, there's something already there. So that's what I ended up doing yesterday, and we've got some roses starting to pop up over here on my rose bushes. I am so thankful that I cut them back so far. It did not bother them at all, so that's good. And then I ended up topping my butterfly bush over here. Last year it grew all the way up to my roof line, so I decided instead of letting it get that tall this year, I would kind of cap it off and then let it bush out a little bit more. Thanks for following along on my spring garden, and make sure to keep watching to see how it progresses through the season.